What's going on? Welcome to part 11. We have part 11 of Summer Car, where in this part, we are putting together the car, or at least it's mostly assembled. And we're doing that to see what parts we still need. Let's go. Attempt 3, part 11. Space Shuttle. All right. Let's roll. Well, we also need to have overdriven Gorpa. Yeah, I figured out a way to make it. Excellent flame trench. Right on, dude.
On meillä Kurasuola remmi melkonen. Vastustajan täytyy ottaa henkonen, kun joutuu katselemaan meidän mahtia. Ne on kuin pelais ilman maalivahtia. Minkäs ne sille mahtaa, kun joutuu meitä jahtaa. Kiekon lauon verkon perään.
I can't turn it up any higher, or else it's gonna blow out the speakers.
Kurasuon pallo. Ei kukaan meitä tallo. Maalin jälkeen maalin.
I'm sorry.
Voittofestivaalin Kurasuon pallo. Ei kukaan meitä tallo. Maalin jälkeen maalin, mä voiton jälleen haalin. On meillä Kurasuolla tiimi rautanen, vastustaja on ku heikko lautanen. Kun me pannaan täysillä ranttaliks, niin nehän menee siitä ihan säpäleiks. Ei ne voi sille mitään, me vaan tehdään niin kuin pitää. Kun kiekko menee häkkiin, pojat kalpenee melko äkkiin. Kurasuon pallo, ei kukaan meitä tallo. Maalin jälkeen maalin kunkut voittofestivaalin. Kurasuon pallo, ei kukaan meitä tallo. Maalin jälkeen maalin, mä voiton jälleen haalin. Kurasuon pallo, ei kukaan meitä tallo. Maalin jälkeen maalin kunkut voittofestivaalin. Kurasuon pallo, ei kukaan meitä tallo. Maalin jälkeen maalin, mä voiton jälleen haalin.
It's Finnish. Because the game's in Finnish. All right. What time is it? 7 o'clock. Perfect. Said on the time on the wall said 3 o'clock. Last call for alcohols. Wait a minute. It ain't last call for alcohols. It's only 9 o'clock. It is Friday. It is Friday, dudes. Sorry. Need a beer. All right. It's Friday somewhere. I don't think it's Friday in Finland. Doesn't matter. I did buy some things, so we should have some crates, but correct, it's Saturday. All right, we have our coveralls up. Where's the car? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, dude. Look at that. Just a little cold. Hang on. Talking to Bree. Look at that. Did I put the transmission in? Oh, dude, look at all this. All right, let's get the boombox. Oh, it's still here. Yep, can't listen to that. Have the overalls on. Yep, we good. All right, so let's put together the rest of this bad boy and we'll see what else we need. I'm in Discord if you want to talk weather. Oh, yeah. Yeah, weather guy, let's do this. So the reason why I was fixing generators and stuff on stream was because of the snowstorm that's coming. And we have a weather guy here. His name is Weather Guy. To tell us about it. Weather guy, are you there?
I'm here. What's happening, EJ?
How you doing, man? This isn't gonna make as much sense because that we're not doing the snowblower thing. But hey, you know what? It's fine. Winter car's fine, and I still want to hear about this storm that's going to slap me across the face. Now, I've been telling people that we're gonna get lake affected by the ocean. That's a thing, right? I'm pretty sure it does that.
It could, but I don't know that it's really gonna be like the same kind of lake effect that you see over the Great Lakes, right? Like you've seen clips from Buffalo where you get the long fetch over the lake and it just pounds that city. You're not going to see the same thing. And the biggest reason why is that even if it does come over the ocean a little bit towards where you are, that ocean water is relatively warm compared to Great Lakes. You got the Gulf Stream there. So it's complicated as one might imagine. But yeah, there's a lot going on. How did you want to do this, man?
How much snow am I getting?
Some amount between 0 and yes.
Typical weather guy.
Here, let me take a look at a couple of things real quick. But yeah, I think in the vicinity of a foot is what I've been seeing.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
No. I mean, you're definitely under a winter storm warning, that's for sure.
Jim wants to know how windy is it gonna get.
For Boston?
Yes.
Take a look. Well, I guess I'll take a look. Let's see here.
Yeah, if it's only a foot, we're gonna be all right, Callie, for sure. If it's 2 feet though, then I'm not gonna be having a good day.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna get breezy tonight. You're looking at gusts in the 30s tonight. As the storm proper comes through, most of the highest wind speeds are going to be well into the ocean. The land is doing a pretty good job of mitigating that. Actually, the winds are coming. Oh, that's gross. Yeah, the winds are coming from the east. Sunday night for you. That's when it's going to start getting windy again. Let's see what that does for temperatures. Oh, well, at that point, you're only in like the 20s.
That's good.
Let's take a look at snow. And this is complicated. So I can give you some ranges. I can give you what I think might pan out. But, you know, these things are always kind of complicated.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with an area south of Boston because I know that's kind of where you are.
You can use Plymouth. Plymouth is...
Plymouth, cool, perfect. Okay, cool. Right now, what I'm doing that nobody else can see is I'm taking a look at a couple of forecasting models. And times like this, you can think of a forecasting model, a single one, as like an opinion. And I need to consult some experts, and I want more than one opinion. So there's a whole slew of forecasting models out there, each with their different strengths, pros and cons. Some are long range, some are short range, but high resolution. And what I want to do is take a look at a range of these solutions. And what I will say is that as I've been watching this over the last couple of days, these forecasting models have done a pretty good job at coming up with a very similar solution, each of them. So when all of these opinions kind of line up, that's a sign. And now that we're looking at a day or two out, the short-term forecast for these are usually pretty good. But whenever you start seeing snowfall numbers on the TV, freezing rain amounts on the TV or radio or wherever, a lot of that's hype. So let me take a look at a couple of things that might be a little bit more realistic for us.
Don't believe
In terms of, yeah, don't believe the hype. In terms of which forecasting models, I look at a lot of them. There's a whole range.
Yeah.
In the United States, we have the GFS, the Global Forecast System, is sort of our flagship model. That is a long range, goes out 2.5 weeks or so, but it's usually pretty low resolution, all things considered. And it's best used for long range solutions. And now that it's getting kind of down to the wire, what's useful is to look at how that model has been trending over time. And everything's kind of been steady. So these forecasts that we're seeing in terms of track, location, the stuff towards the south has been kind of iffy. The location of the peak amount of freezing rain has been kind of sloshing around a little bit, but it still looks to dump snow across a solid third of the country. It is all over the place.
Yeah, this is a big guy.
It's a big guy. So, all right. So I'm taking a look at. Well, actually, I'm looking at Boston just because I know that identifier off the top of my head. But the range of solutions, the range of opinions here from the forecasting models is looking like 8 to 12 inches. Some are a little bit higher. A lot of times what you'd see is a forecast phrased like 8 to 12 inches with locally higher amounts, because it's really hard to know right down to like a mile per mile basis. Sometimes these things have really sharp gradients to them.
Yeah.
But you're getting about 1.5 inches of water coming down. The crazy thing about this storm system that's coming through is there's a really strong low pressure system. It was off of the southwest coast coming into California and then the Baja region. So it's translating over Mexico. And as it's doing so, it is pumping unbelievable amounts of moisture up from the Gulf, which is really humid right now. And that's just the fuel for all of this snow, all of this freezing rain.
Yeah, okay.
And at the same time, you have a massive Arctic outbreak in the north, frigid temperatures. I mean, I'm looking at infrared satellite, and the ground and the cloud tops are the same temperature.
That's a same temperature over a very lot of different altitudes, huh?
A little bit. I mean, I'm talking mostly about North Dakota and parts north of there into Canada.
Okay. Wrong axis.
Yeah.
Got it.
So it's like, there are temps I was looking earlier today when it was still light out, -20. And there are places that are like -30, I think, hitting tonight. That's just air temperature. That's not wind chill. And infrared, you're looking down mostly at temperature. It's the satellite detecting how much outgoing radiation there is, and that's a function of how hot or cold something is. And so when you look at, I'll get to your question in a second, Sean. That's a good one. When you're looking at IR from space, infrared imagery from space, the cloud tops are going to be the coldest because typically, they're the highest altitude. Things get colder as you go higher, normally. And it actually warms up as you get down to the surface. It warms up a lot in the south. And that's why they have such a huge freezing rain threat and sleet, too. There's a lot of sleet down there, or there will be. And, all of this cold is a drastic, sharp change between north and south. So, remember here people talk about storm of the century, where you had, like, these two different kinds of systems interacting with each other in such a way that it kind of became the worst of both worlds. This isn't quite the same thing, but this is multiple weather systems playing into each other and just sort of, this is what they do. How does the National Blend of Models compare to the GFS? The NBM is more of a mid-range model, and it's not its own model. As the name suggests, it's a blend of models. I forget the ratios, but it's another model from the United States. It incorporates the GFS, the North American model, a couple of other ones. And, honestly, one of the primary purposes for the NBM, Shaw, is for a baseline for forecasting offices to start their forecast from. It's really common for a forecaster in one of those offices to go, all right, well, let me load up this model. This model is telling me this. I agree with this. I don't agree with this. I think it's a little too cold. I think it's a little too dry. And then they'll adjust the forecast from there. The NBM is good to get a blend of opinions. The problem is that for most people, especially people who aren't really familiar with that data, it's a black box. And you don't really know what it is. All you know is that it's a mix of different opinions. Do I find any advantage still using the GFS compared to the European model? Absolutely. Okay, let's talk about this for a second. You've probably heard some of these terms if you watch weather on TV. We're looking at the GFS model, we're looking at the RAP, or we're looking at the Euro. And there are a lot of people who favor the Euro, who say that it's more skillful. It's usually how we phrase that. It has more skill. It's more accurate compared to other things, compared to other models. And there are metrics by which that gets tracked. So it's not entirely subjective. And it's true. It usually scores higher than most other models. It's really good. And there's reasons why. In the US, we have different families of models. So the GFS is one, but it uses a completely different engine under the hood than, say, the North American model or the RAP or the HER. These are other ones that we run here in the States. And we have all these different families, all these different technologies, and it's kind of like, well, let's just own a fleet of race cars, but have 6 different makes and a dozen different engines. It's a little silly, and there's administrative overhead. There's some tech debt to that. The European Center for Weather Forecasting does this a little bit differently. They have one family of models. It's one engine, different makes and models of that one design, though, which means that they can focus their efforts on that one engine, that one set of mechanics, and they've gotten it to be really robust. And they know what they have. They sell their data for a lot of money. They've actually made a lot of that free in the last few years, but for the longest time, they were considered to be the gold standard, and people were willing to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to get that data because it was believed to be that good. The way I look at it is it's just another opinion. And it really comes down to the situation a lot of times where, you know what, I'm going to look at the forecast, and usually I don't start by looking at forecasting models. I look at satellite, I look at observations, I look at radar, I look at past trends. And so to say, is the European better than the GFS, or do you still even use the GFS now that the European's out there? I listen to all these opinions, because sometimes one or two are going to be completely wrong. Maybe the Euro's completely wrong, maybe the GFS is completely wrong, and maybe I won't know that unless I get a lot of different opinions, or maybe I won't know that if I don't do my homework first. You know, a good forecaster just doesn't regurgitate a forecasting model. A good forecaster analyzes the weather, uses their forecasting models as opinions, and then makes their own judgment based on that.
It's skill. It's about the skill. It ain't what you know. It's what you can prove.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All we asked is how much snow we're getting, and I told you, somewhere between 0 and yes. Jeez. All right, so from what I've seen, EJ, Boston, Plymouth, Massachusetts, you're looking at the vicinity of a foot. If I were to give you a safer forecast, I would say probably 8 to 12. Let me see what the Weather Service is saying for Boston. For Plymouth. Yeah, so you've got a winter storm warning Sunday through Monday. Hey, look, snow is likely.
You don't say.
Here's the other thing that we can do, by the way. I'm going to take a look at a forecast discussion from Boston. And this is the meteorologists at that weather forecasting office taking a look and discussing themselves what their forecast is and why. And this is meant not so much for the general public. There's a lot of technical terminology in here. But this is where you go to understand why they made the forecast that they have. So key messages: dangerously cold wind chills tonight into Sunday. Significant icing from freezing spray. Oh, that's not something I have to deal with often. And winter storm looks to bring substantial accumulation of dry, powdery snowfall Sunday into Monday. Heavy snow with 1 inch per hour snow rates Sunday early evening to early Monday morning will make travel very difficult. So you got a bad commute ahead of you, sir.
Oh no.
Increasing easterly winds could produce areas of blowing snow and near blizzard conditions, and they could develop in short intervals. So I'm just going to read through the meat of this. I don't need to regurgitate all of it.
Oh, hang on. Telephone's ringing in the car. Nice. There was a check mark to that? I didn't see it, dude. I don't know why I can't see the damn check marks, and you guys do.
How close are you to the ocean?
Yes. Pretty close. Like the beach is not far away.
Well, I think as long as you're not on the lake shore, you're fine. But you've seen photos or footage, I'm sure, of like people leave cars out during winter storms where there's freezing spray like this, and they come back with like half a foot worth of ice on their car.
Yeah.
What they're saying here is vessels encountering heavy freezing spray. So this is talking about boats in the water, right? Vessels encountering this could see dangerous ice accretion rates of 1 inch to 1.5 inches per hour. And that's like ice on the surface of your boat.
Jeez.
So that's not good.
Yeah, we don't have to worry about that.
No, you don't have to worry about that. The more favored areas for that are waters surrounding Cape Cod.
Gad, why'd you say it like that?
Trying to speak the local vernacular. You know, when in Boston.
Hey, do me a favor and stop talking like that, okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I saw it again, dude. I saw the check mark that time, chat.
Wow, this is a really good discussion from them. Jeez.
Tällä kertaa päätin itse tehdä aloitteen ja oitis minä ponkaisin hyökkäykseen.
Okay.
Käski mua käyttäytymään paremmin.
Oh, yes.
Sanoin, että mieluummin haen remmin ja pieksen sen mun tontiltani helvettiin, ellei itse taju lähtee vähän sassiin.
All right, so what they're saying here, winter storm warnings have now been posted for all of southern New England, segmented out in such a way that Block Island, Martha's Vineyard, and Nantucket, which all have the best shot at periods of sleet with maybe 7 to 10 inches of snow accumulation, with all snow indicated for the larger remainder of southern New England with snow totals in the 12 to 17 inch range. Now, I'm reading a forecast discussion from the meteorologists at the Weather Service, so this is no longer just a model opinion. These are the experts. 12 to 17, for them to put that in print, that's a lot. And then, of course, potential exists for locally higher amounts.
We're gonna get railed.
You're going to get railed.
That's not good. I kind of wish we went and fixed the other snowblower. Crap. All right, well, it's all right. It's fine. Yeah, I have one snowblower working. I think the other snowblower is just a bad set screw. I might tomorrow night, guys. I might pop in. I don't know. Might as well, dude. Right? Like, because this weather guy, it's not till Sunday, right? That Sunday into Monday is what I've been hearing.
That sounds right for you, yeah. They were just saying something else in here too about around that time period, Sunday night into Monday.
Well, the reason why I'd like to get that other one rolling is because that other snowblower is way more powerful than the
Yeah.
than the Arians. The Arians is a great old school snowblower, and it does work. It'll work just fine. That new one will eat up a foot of snow, no problem.
Probably the nicer thing for you, all things considered, is this snow is not going to be very heavy. This isn't like a good heart attack snow. Not for you, anyways. So for snow blowers, this should be pretty good.
Oh, that's actually super helpful.
Yeah. Care to explain why in Southeast Virginia we are going from cold to warm back to cold? Because you're in Southeast Virginia. What's happening is, on the big picture, there's a low pressure system moving across southern United States, Mexico, eastward, and it's going to go over the Gulf and over the southeastern United States before trending more along the eastern seaboard. And so what will happen, just pull some reference here. So what will happen is, as this system goes across the states and then up to the northeast, you have a situation where right now in Virginia, we're in, 40s and 50s. It was actually not that bad out today. And a lot of that is just ambient temperatures. It's not really driven by the storm system yet. As we see that low pressure system start to make its way up the east coast, we're getting that Arctic blast coming in from the north and northwest, transcending the Appalachians, and it's just forcing all of that Arctic air to come crashing south. What's going to happen, though, is as that pressure system comes northward, it's going to pump a lot of that warm, humid Gulf air, warm, humid Atlantic air up along with it. And because of the topography in the mountains, and it's just kind of a messy setup at this point, it's not as easy as to say one thing or another. But typically, what you see is with a low pressure system that's really deep, really strong like this, it's really efficient at modifying air, at pumping air from one region into another. And so you have two forces really just battling it out. The Arctic air is cold and dense. The warmer, humid air is bringing fuel for a lot of this snow, and all of this is just going to be interacting. So you have kind of a mix of where air is blowing into your region from as the system evolves over time, if that makes sense.
Cool. All right, so, hey, 12 to 17 is not as bad as 2024, but yeah. We'll see. Anyway, thanks for giving me the forecast. So I know that actually that thing about the snowblower is actually snowblowers being good snowblower snow. That's actually super useful.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be around. If you got any questions, let me know.
Killer. Thanks, man.
Anytime.
All right, see you, buddy. Wow. It's already 22 degrees down there. Yikes. It's 19C. Woof. All right, so Taylor, your car doesn't run. You wired it wrong. Oh, that is the seat back. Oh, we just need a rear seat. How's the back doing? I'm doing okay. Yeah, I want to put the buckets in this thing. Cool. So Taylor, your car, I have to go through the wiring like you're probably wired it wrong, dude. So. Sorry. Yeah, when I wire this car up, I could give you a tutorial, but this doesn't look like a snowblower. We flipped a coin. Chat wanted winter car, so I flipped a coin and we got some winter car instead. Geek, I'm probably gonna do a stream tomorrow, like late tomorrow night, because I have some stuff to do tomorrow during the day. I would really like that other snowblower working, to be 100% honest with you. So probably, yeah, like late tomorrow night. So Taylor, it runs, but it shuts off after 10 to 15 seconds. And the oil pressure isn't stable. Make sure your oil filter is on all the way, and make sure it's choked. You gotta have the choke going when you run it. Is chat gonna come shovel you out in 2 feet of snow? Well, tomorrow should be good enough before the storm hits, dude. Storm hits on Sunday. For me. What's better for ice, salt or sand? Salt. I hate salt too as a car guy. I can't stand it. But the brown bomber is looking pretty damn good, dude. Look at that thing. It's a nice looking car. Nice. So Taylor, just remember this. You need fuel, air, and spark to keep the car running. Okay? So if it's starting and then going off, which one of those do you think could be wrong? Do you think it could be spark? Highly doubt it. If it's working, it's working. So that means fuel and air. So think about that. Go check over there and go from there. Heads up, the seats have 4 bolts. One is a different size. Oh, thanks, Stu Boy. Yeah, one is a different size. That's Ford. Ford does that. Is it a size up or something? Would you put that tar stuff on the bottom of your cars to reduce salt? I would undercoat them. Does Ford do that to prank the end user? No, Ford does that to keep costs down to make cars more affordable. That's why Ford changes parts all the time. They do it to keep the car more affordable. Stu, we talking bigger or smaller? How does changing the size on one bolt make the car cheaper? Because if you have 4 big bolts to put in the seat and you make 3 of them small and 1 of them big and it still does the same thing, if you're producing 100,000 cars, that's 300,000 bolts, Yarg. 300,000 bolts that you don't need a bigger size of. Think about that. Ford did stuff like that to try and keep the cost down on manufacturing automobiles. Chevy back in the day, they went with a little different route. They leaned in the other direction. What GMs did was make the parts as mass producible as possible and flood the market with it to keep costs down. Because what does it matter if your assembly line makes 50,000 bolts as opposed to 100,000 bolts? You can make 100,000 bolts with the same assembly line. It takes the same amount of money to do that. You're only dealing with raw material cost at that point. That's why people are diehard Chevy fans, because the parts they're really high quality, they're really well made, and there's a lot of them. That's how Chevy was able to keep costs down and push the cost to the lighten the load on the end user, because everything is fixable because you made thousands of freaking parts. Eddie, I fixed a generator on stream today. Is the undercoat a seasonal thing, or do you keep it to do repairs? If I undercoat it, I would paint it. Please see Discord for an important question that needs your input. Towards each other, guys. I'm reading your conversation. Why the frick would you put them away from each other? How's the new tools? I don't have the new tools yet. Heathen, what do you mean? If you have a bagel and you put it in a toaster, you put the insides of the bagel facing each other. What the hell are you toasting? What the frick? Why would you... Sleeping on the couch tonight? I don't know. But you're making 2 bagels, so? I don't understand. I don't know where the damn 4th bolt is to this seat. I'm assuming it's over there on the corner, because that's where most seat bolts are. 10mm and 8mm. There it is. Got it. Thank you. I feel like you didn't correctly understand the question. You're making 2 bagels. Do you put a single bagel in a slot like this? Or do you split them so they're facing each other? It doesn't matter how many bagels you're making all at once. The cut side faces each other. No, not side by side. You know what? If it's side by side, who cares? Who cares? This question sucks. Just toast your stupid bagel. With that being said, facing each other. What do you mean wrong? I'm not wrong. I have toasted food while you guys sit here and argue about the right way to do things. Cut side to the coils. Thank you, Corsi. Why would I use 2 toaster slots for 1 bagel? Because in most toasters, 1 lever makes both of the sides go down. That's like toaster design, dude. Primo, we have a 4 slot toaster with 2 levers to go down. Why do you think it was made that way? You're not putting all the bagels on one side and then flipping that thing down. This argument, this conversation sucks. Did you think I messaged you on Discord a few hours ago? Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, Trey. I didn't read it. I saw the message. That's what I'm trying to say. What are you saying here? Oh, that's cool, dude. I got it. Yeah, I see what you're doing. That's neat. Nice. Alright, what else do we need? We still need a seat bottom there. Is there a cover for the damn handbrake? Is a hot dog a sandwich? Who cares? Eat the damn food. I don't have a clutch cable. We need a clutch cable. You can't use both slots in a toaster because it'll flip the breaker. You're a liar. But if both of them were operable, you wouldn't use both levers to put down four toaster slots for one bagel. That's dumb. You've never done that yourself, Brimo. Why are you arguing this? I've watched you make toast. You don't do that. You didn't do that when all four of our coils were working on the toaster. Just got called up for an electrical upgrade. It's the resistance element in the toaster on one side is not working, Creation. We have 200 amp service in the house. Nice try. Living with a half-broken toaster that works. It's 4 slots. There's 4 slots in the toaster, guys. 2 down levers, all right? I got it secondhand. I didn't pay for it. I didn't pay for that damn toaster. I got it because I wanted to, you know, somebody's like, you want my toaster? It has 4 slots in it. Yes, please. I don't know, Ben. I don't know what they're talking about. Are we sure Twitch side is all their marble? I don't know, dude. YouTube chat's just sitting over there going, all right. You're right. Oh my God. What do you mean I'm right? I've lied to yourself. I was gonna say I don't really know what you're talking about, but
Sinä päivänä painin karhun kanssa, kun se oli posti.
we need a muffler. Still need a muffler.
Tällä kertaa päätin
I think I need a muffler and a clutch cable. I don't know how the heater, this bottom heater coil goes together, dudes. Or the heater hose. I don't know where the outlet for the heater is. Or which one is it? Yes, they do, Shazbird, yes. The outlet hose. I don't know how this thing connects. We'd have to find the other outlet on the water pump.
Vaatteenikin oli aivan täysin kynsinyt, kun kirjanpidon olin minä.
Yeah, I know, excessive. Something bad's gonna happen to me now. You just admitted I was right. I don't know what to say about that. Will the factory air cleaner work on the new carb? For some reason, yes. That's really not how that works, but alright. I did not get the snowblower finished. Inlet manifold to heater box? Wait, what? Heavy metal? It goes from the intake manifold?
Vaikka aiemmin ei ollut musta
Oh, there it is. Thank you. Thanks, mate. Tim Tams are fantastic, by the way, dude. So that means this heater hose goes like... I got it going, but a lot of white smoke started coming out of the engine. You need to figure out your ignition timing. Extra Saturday morning snowblower stream. It's not going to be Saturday morning, Spoiled. It would probably be Saturday night. So like tomorrow around this time. Yeah, and Januber, it's not there in this design. This design's very weird, but this has the outlet from the heater box going into the intake manifold. I don't understand. Help me understand that. Why would you do that? Unless they're trying to circulate coolant through the intake manifold plenum, but where I'm getting confused is that that's not always on. Your heater is not always on when the car is working, so why would you... That makes no sense. It's stupid. I'm saying that as a Ford guy. That's really dumb. Yeah, the return from the heater box is going into the intake manifold plenum. It prevents carb icing? Yeah, I guess. Whatever. That's working, so we're good. Dan, you like it? It looks good. So the parts that I can think of that we don't have, I don't have a clutch cable. I don't have the steering wheel left and right shroud, and I don't have a bottom rear seat. Other than that, we've pretty much got everything, guys. I would prefer a nicer front bumper. I hate the safety bumper, the bumper guards. I think that looks terrible. Maybe it helps with atomization. But only part of the time, Dak? That makes no sense to me. Small block Chevys did that back in the 70s. I don't have a battery, yeah, but... That's cool, see crack and cheese. But does it run? This does not run, no. I mean, maybe Electron, I don't know. We have to wire it too, but I'm pretty sure I got it. Like, this is most of it, dudes. We have most of the car. We do need a battery to wire the damn thing. The fuel tank is in. I put the fuel tank in already. Oh, I gotta put the ignition coil in. Yeah, we need that. We're not getting far without the coil. Coil should just go somewhere like over here. The coil needs to go to the top of the distributor, right there. See that center post in the distributor? That's how it needs to go.
Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
Hello?
Please sign into Toaster. Please accept cookies to use Toaster. Toaster's terms and conditions have changed. Toaster needs new device permissions. Toaster needs you to confirm your email address.
Yeah, in 2026, a Toaster would try to farm your damn data. Oh, please don't tell me that's a real thing.
Ottaa sekä symbolisesti että kirjaimellisesti kantaa sodankäynnin poliittisen puolen järjettömyyteen.
Ah, I see that you're out of bread. You want me to buy more? No! Fuck off!
Kuka vie ja ketä, missä ja milloin? Minne johtaa rahavirta? Pankkiin, mutta kenen pankkiin? Elokuvan taka-ajokohtauksessa pyssyt paukkuu ja paperit lentää, kun 10. reportteri...
Your laundry machine used 2 gigs of data last year. That's that.
Suoraan valtion salaiseen lehteen.
Fellas, there's a reason why I like fixing old stuff, okay?
Kuka kuolee seuraavaksi? Vai onko
Guys, am I even in the ballpark of putting this coil in the right spot? I mean, in reality, it doesn't matter. You can put the coil anywhere as long as it's grounded.
johtikaan edellistä sotaa? Kuka johtaa seuraavaa? Korppi ja Kärpänen tiimalasin kannen varjossa on nyt nähtävissä elokuvateattereissa kautta maan ja saa Klaffilta.
Yeah, Bob, you just keep fixing them, dude. That's how we should do it. Remember what I said about fixing things? Fixing things is based
Seuraavaksi
next to the radiator.
elokuva nimeltä
Next to the radiator.
Troposfäärissä.
That's
Kyseessä on
whatever. It doesn't matter.
maailmasta, jossa pitäisi olla vielä yksi
The coil can go anywhere. It doesn't matter as long as it has a. So, if you guys really want to know, you need a wire to coil negative and ground, and that's it. Doesn't need to go. That's all you need. You don't even need coil positive. Coil positive is, or no, you need coil positive and ground. You don't even need coil negative. You don't need that. That's the second terminal right there. You don't need those. The reason why you don't need it is the coil negative is just used to monitor the field. It's used. That's what the tachometer uses. Yeah, coils have 3 connections on them. You have your positive, negative, and you have your out. All this thing needs is a positive. You need positive to excite the field. I mean, yeah. Negative would be good, but yeah. Yeah, wait. I don't know. It's late, dude. I think you do need negative. I don't remember. When we wire it, we'll figure it out. Positive and ground should do it, though.
Niin hän olisi saattanut olla puuhailemassa asioitaan heti ensimmäisen kohtauksen kuivupuun oksalla. Elokuvan takaa-ajossa autot eivät liiku minnekään. Kukaan ei ole ajanut. Kuvaa täysin pysähtyneestä hetkestä. En olekaan koskaan ennen nähnyt näin vauhdikkaasti toteutettuna. Elokuva historiallisesti että kulttuurihistoriallisesti
Yeah, excessive. Okay, I did remember that right. Thank God.
kuvauksena äärimmäisen
I don't have a center console, Stu.
elokuva saakin
NG3 is not doing Blue Moon. Yeah, they changed it, Sea Kraken. Yeah. They're gonna launch AST, the Bluebird 2 for AST Space Mobile.
vuokraamassa. Ja sitten on vuorossa cheerleader.
Ground goes to the distributor. Yeah, you only need positive, dude. That's it. Negative is just there to detect tack or anything else. I mean, whatever you want to read off that. I bet you'd have a lot of fun learning how to work on an old Cessna. This reminds me a lot of it. Dude, I could probably fix it, Dan. I'm pretty damn confident. Now, would I fly around with it? No. I could probably fix the Cessna, but I would want you looking over everything that I do, just in case. I'm pretty sure I could do it right.
Rikkaan bisnespohatan rakennustyömaille asti. Tällä kertaa tytöt ovat sulloutuneet paikalliseen eduskuntaan.
Yeah, baby.
Ja politiikkana sekä tytöillä että poliitikoilla
Steering wheel isn't working.
pelkästään
Why isn't the steering wheel steering wheels?
poliittisia päätöksiä tehdään yksin, kaksin, kolmin ja ryhmän. Ja
Need a license to work on a Cessna before changing the fluids. This is a hypothetical. I know.
saa nähdä, vaan poliitikot painavat
If I had to fix one and there was no AMPs around, I could probably fix it.
että Saharaankin kasvaisi metsä ja vielä jäisi Afrikan lapsillekin vettä juotavaksi. Siinä sitten kangistuu niin kanslistin kuin presidentinkin.
See if I can see the damn bolt in there. Oh, it's big, okay.
Ja pelastaakseen Afrikan kuivuusongelmat.
Let's try 10 mil.
Cheerleader-tyttöjen huiskilla nesteet saadaan hyvään.
Why do you need a license to work on an airplane?
Suoraan lähteestä.
You need to be an FAA certified mechanic to fly on anything that flies. Anything that goes above 1,000 feet, dude. Or has people on board.
Tyttöjen kiljahdellessa tyytyväisyyttään tietäessään parantavansa maailmaa. Mikäli tämä ympäristöystävällistä ja naismyönteistä sanomaa kantava elokuva kiinnostaa, sitä on saatavilla Juhanis Erotic Sex Shopista tiskin alta. Kerro Juhanille Klappilta terveisiä, niin saat hyvän alennuksen elokuvasta.
Oh yeah, baby.
Tältä erää. Kiitos
Cool.
kun kuuntelet. Toivottavasti myös katselet. Tässä
Yeah, baby.
ja tämä oli Viittä vaille filmi. Hyvää tämän päivän jatkoa.
So to be an airplane mechanic, you have to be FAA certified. Yeah, you need what's called an A&P. In order to sign off on the logbooks on a plane, you need an A&P, but you can work on them without a license as long as a licensed mechanic signs off on the work. There you go. You love the airplane mechanic facts dude who always ties in Lord of the Rings. Yeah, I know that guy. I don't know him, but I've seen that. Brimo follows that dude, Jasbert. Okay, so we've narrowed this down. Clutch cable, steering wheel shroud left and right. We need a back seat, a straight up back seat. And I think that's it. Let's see. Take a look. Do we have a back seat? There's the back rest. Back seat. Rear bench right there. Perhaps rear bench is it. Let's do it. Why not? It's a little expensive, but 03220-303. I don't remember, Dexter. I'm running out to the mailbox real quick. It's really tough to see. I can barely see that damn thing. Oh, Nikes. Ah! You have the cash on the card. Yeah. Fellas, I don't feel like doing a bunch of jobs right now. I don't feel like it. I'm tired. It's the end of the day. I think we're doing a quicker after hours tonight. I think I'm gonna call it for now. I got a lot of stuff that I gotta do tomorrow. Okay, Carol. Snowblower. All right. If I have the time, I will tomorrow night for late. I will come in here and we will try to get that snowblower working. I think the belt that's in there will work. If I'm looking at it right, I'm pretty sure that snowblower has a problem with the auger pulley. The auger pulley is not lined up with the motor pulley. If they're not coplanar and it's over here, the belt will try to turn to get to the other pulley and it'll throw the belt. I think that's what's going on. Thanks for giving us some good winter car content. It's been fun. Yep. So I think I'm going to call it for now. That was a long stream, dude. Raid Middle Ditch if you're calling it. Yeah, let's see what Thomas is up to. I have another snowblower JDG, a much better one than the Ariens ST824, with a 200cc Briggs engine in it. I have two snowblowers. One of them, I got both of them for nothing. I've never bought a snowblower in my life. So go over there on the Twitch side of things. Go raid Middle Ditch. He's a good dude. If you've watched Silicon Valley, you probably know this guy. That's right. Richard Hendricks streams. Yeah, go check him out. On the YouTube side of things, have a good night. So yeah, I should see you guys tomorrow. We'll see what happens. Okay, we'll play it by ear. If not, maybe Monday, maybe Sunday morning, maybe we'll see. Wait, the NASCAR owner was in Silicon Valley, John. Nice. All right, go see what Middle Ditch is up to. I'll talk to you guys all maybe tomorrow. If not, if I don't see you, have a good weekend. I'll see you on the other side. Thank you very much for watching, dudes. Have a good night.